What's up, everyone? I literally just got back home and I saw the newest movie, and that is a movie called Goat. It is basically with it behind a bunch of it's the same studio heads that made like last year's Zootopia 2 and Sony Animation Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies, as well as last year's Zootopia 2 and K-pop Demon Hunters, and 2023's TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie, and it's very much kind of in that same tone. But I love that scrambled, unique mix of various animation materials within this movie. But more than anything else, what I really do love about this movie is the sense that, it's a true sense that this movie, its narrative, its strong point, its main focus within it is ultimately about this kid played Will, this kid goat. I mean, actually, that's what baby goat is called. It's called a kid, but this goat named Will, and he's basically trying to make it to the big leagues. He gets to play with his hero, as well as making it his life dream comes true. And it's just a very fun, dynamic, light kind of a story that really has such a brisk pace, but beautiful animation and the skill at hand to make it truly work as a whole. And in my mind, I really found the movie very endearing, very fun, very cute. Most of all, I felt like it really worked. Yes, its essential plot is something that we have seen very much before, technically speaking, and as a whole, but one of the things I do love about this movie personally is how it approaches very much a sports drama, but also biographical on one of the voice actors in this movie. It's actually Steph Curry, who is very much one of the greatest of all time in the basketball league. And it's somewhat semi-autobiographical on that, but it takes the world-building approach of Zootopia 2, but with the writing and humor of TMNT Mutant Mayhem. And this movie goes splat with those two. And I thought its structure and its approach was something that we have in truth technically seen before, but it's done with such a stylistic fervor and love for the animation and sports, and so much of its creativity comes within the writing and the craft at hand. And admittedly, yes, technically speaking, this is a lot of stuff in this movie that we have seen before. Technically, I don't know if it's picking up the background noise. There's like a bunch of ambulances just going off, but whatever. But it was just such a beautiful, fun, immersive experience. And usually, this is a movie that, I would usually see a movie like this with like friends or whatever. I didn't. I just chose to see it by myself, and I saw it in the theater, packed with families and kids. And at first, I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean, of course, it comes with the territory, but holy crap, is it such a fun and brisk and dynamic, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it has enough cleverness and humor and charm and wit to it. Like, yes, this is a story you've seen before, and at times I feel like the script, I mean, take it for what it is, but the actual script and writing at times, in my mind, feels very Gen X, but I feel like that's represented well from the character choices at hand and how they're made narratively within the characters, and how the main character himself, Will, feels like such of himself of a what's the term, self-fulfilling prophecy of his own, that I really found it to be immensely charming, very fun, and very cute. It's, as I said, it's a semi-autobiographical on Steph Curry's actual life, but there ain't no talking animals. I mean, there's talking parrots, but anyway, I found it to be very fun, beautiful, brisk. Its animation is gorgeous within the animation mix, but I saw it on Screen X coming in the future, where the animation was a little bit more crisp than usual. Just for me, overall, it's a very good movie. But the real question of the movie remains, is this movie goated? No. But it doesn't have, but in my mind, it doesn't have to be. It could be its own little thing. It's its own little thing that could and wouldn't make it. despite the efforts, despite the flaws. Even if the only one who believed in him was his mom, who he knew at heart wasn't always going to be there, but he always had those help and a support system at hand. And it's such a fun, brisk, fast-paced movie that I really found it. I really found it a really fun watch. I really had fun myself watching. And though by the end of it, also the movie is like 100 minutes long. It's a very lean movie. Actually, that's another somewhat negative in my mind. I wish the movie kind of had a couple more of those moments where it would just sit and breathe moments. But, excuse me, overall, GOAT is awesome. And for the small handful of movies I've seen so far this year, it's probably my favorite. And I would give this movie an 8.7. And for me, it's like, yeah, you can channel your own inner goat, or in this case, wolf for me, and just be the best you as you can be, and just live it forward and make sure you want to, like, yeah, it's a story and a narrative that we all heard before and everything, but it's done with such a true, genuine love of the craft and such energy and tenacity and spirit that I just found myself really kind of just riled up within the ride of it. Sure, as a critic, I mean, I found certain points within it as flaws, but overall, GOAT was really fun. I'd highly recommend families to go see it. The theater was packed with the whole. As I said, the movie was packed with like families and kids who were talking and laughing and making noises the whole time. And by the end, they were letting out bars, everything like that. And you know what? I don't know why, but a movie theater with that kind of experience in there had such amplified the fun and whimsy of it, and I really just dug the movie overall. So yeah, in my mind, GOAT is a movie to beat this year. To the rest of the movies that come out this year, this might be the standard. I mean, this definition is a bit of a we've seen it before movie, but its sheer style is something that gets so immersed within it, and overall, in my mind, it's just a very fun, brisk, beautiful movie. That yes, it's generally saying the story that motifs that we've seen before, but as I said, it's a stylistic approach and fervor and humor and characters and the world building. I forgot to bring up the world building. It's so interesting that I would love to see a sequel to this movie. I would love to see a sequel to this movie. I want to see more of this universe, and these characters are super fun and interesting. I would love to see more of this, and just, yeah. Overall, GOAT? Is it goated? No, but it doesn't have to be. Just be the best you as you can be, because that was the center point message of this movie, and I thought it was such a fun, thrilling ride. So yeah, 2 thumbs up for me. Overall, I'll give it an 8.8 out of 10. And yeah, till the next time, everyone, cheers. Bye.